I've been having a bit of a think, or a rethink, about YouTube and about social media.
RevelatorAlf.
I've been having a bit of a think about YouTube and social media. Is it really worth it? Now, YouTube as a platform I really like. I really like the creative process, coming up with videos and or discussing new issues, putting it on this format that can be easily viewed and digested and engaged with. What I'm not so sure about is social media in general. Your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of thing. Now, I remember when I had the motorcycle magazine, the Rider Gazette, and I tried to publicise a lot of the articles and a lot of what the magazine was about across all sorts of social media. And what I found was that I was spending so much time just on social media that I was being less engaged with the magazine and being less productive, which kind of defeats the whole object, really. The whole point was to be as creative and to be as productive as possible. So it's a question of time. How much time do I spend social media, and how much time do I actually dedicate to making videos? So I find myself in a similar kind of situation again. How much time do I dedicate to social media, Twitter, Facebook, whatever? Now, the current plan that I use is that I used to automatically share all the videos from YouTube to all the social media platforms. I put a presence on all the social media platforms, either under my name, Alf Gasparo, or under as @RevelatorAlf. But I've also got the blog, RevelatorAlf.com. So recently, since Christmas, what I've been doing with all the new videos and also the ones that are scheduled, instead of actually auto-sharing the videos as soon as they're published, what I've done, I've made a separate blog post for the videos, and then that blog post is then auto-shared to all social media platforms. But I personally don't engage that often, or very often at all, on any of the platforms. In fact, possibly the one I used to use more often than not was Twitter, and that had nothing to do with this channel really. It was more to do with football, which I'm really interested in. Those of you who know me, you know West Ham United is my team, so that's what I would tend to engage with. And I find Twitter is really useful for getting the information about a core subject that you're really interested in. So for football, for example, or your particular team, it's really good at picking up on all the gossip. But I've never been one to share little tidbits of my daily life, you know, on social media. What I have for breakfast, what coffee I'm drinking. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It's just not what I would necessarily choose to share on social media. However, I would tend to share that on YouTube. And I think YouTube is a social media platform in itself. So I'm wondering, why am I sharing, or why would I share from one social media platform, which is YouTube, to all the others? Surely people want to find you, they just go to one place. That is, you know, YouTube. Or if you're a do everything on Twitter, you just stay on Twitter. If you do everything on Facebook, you just stay on Facebook. I've also been looking at the channel itself and wondering whether the kinds of videos that I'm making, whether they're good for the long term, whether it should be specifically about motorcycling, motorcycle exploring, biking issues, lifestyle, or whether it should have a motorcycle theme, but that allows me to do lots of other things which I'm really interested in as well. So it's not just about motorcycling, but it's more about somebody who goes off and does something else, but it just so happens to be riding a motorcycle to get there, that kind of thing. So I have a mixture of motorcycle content, but also other content that kind of features a motorcycle along the way. And I'm kind of leaning towards that bit. Now, those of you who know two chefs, TV chefs in the UK called the Hairy Bikers, that's essentially what I'm talking about. It's, you know, their shows are not about motorcycles, they're cooking shows, but everybody knows them because they ride around on their motorbikes from one venue to the next. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You know, having a channel about the interests that I have, about exploring, about seeing new things, about issues, whether they're motorcycle related or not, but the running theme is there's a motorcycle element throughout. Do I really want to keep on sharing every single video on the social media platforms? I think that's quite a good thing, to keep it out there, to keep it on via the website. The website is a really good place to hold different types of content that YouTube can't really hold. But do I really want to be engaging that much on other social media platforms, which I don't really do. I haven't done ever since I stopped doing the magazine. Certainly not from a personal point of view. The only things I will share are videos. So on your timeline, or on my timeline on different social media platforms, it's just video after video after video. I'm just wondering, is that any good, for me to do that? I think the answer is this, that I've never been the greatest fan of any kind of social media. It's great for other people if that's what you're into, but for me personally, never really been that interested in it. Never really been interested in, sharing photos of myself or say, hey, look what I'm doing, that kind of thing. Never been my style. I've kind of forced myself to do it over the last few years and used it a lot, to publicise various things, whether it was the magazine, whether it was the motorcycle safety campaign which I was running, whether it was some kind of issue that I was trying to draw attention to, but never really from a personal point of view, and that kind of defeats the whole point of social media, really. Social media is about being personal and being, sharing a bit yourself. And I think I'd much rather do that, if I am going to do that kind of thing, in a blog or a vlog format, rather than a social media, post, a Twitter post, that kind of thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. The videos that you'll see on here on YouTube will be auto-shared via the blog posts of the website, RevelatorAlf.com, because I like that pathway. I like that pathway that people can either go straight to the website or they can go to YouTube itself to actually watch the videos. But I won't be actually going onto social media anymore. I won't be going onto Facebook or into any Facebook groups or anything like that. I certainly won't be going into things like Reddit or anything like that. And if you ask lots of people on YouTube, they'll say, yeah, you must do that. You must share all your stuff across social media. I think for me, it just doesn't feel right. Whether it's the right thing to do or not in terms of publicising, if it doesn't feel right to you as an individual, then I just don't think you should do it. And I think the biggest social media that we have, which is searchable, your content, if you make it searchable, is YouTube. So if people want to find you, they'll find you. So that's why I'm dedicating my time to YouTube, dedicating my time to making more videos, whether in here, out on the road, out in different places I go and see, or just talking about random stuff, which I usually end up talking about. It'll always have the kind of biking theme, as I said before. It'll have a kind of a lifestyle theme. I'm planning to do a bit more of myself as well. You've seen all the other videos about what I've planned for 2019 this year, and that still holds true. I'll still be doing all that sort of stuff. But I think I wanted to just to look at this video and just discuss about social media in general, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to waste all that time just trying to put out another post, and the engagement isn't there anyway. I can see it in my figures, you know, that the people that I'm not really engaging that effectively on all the social media platforms to publicise my YouTube channel. It just has never really taken off in that way. So I think actually just stick to YouTube, stick to what I love doing, stick to creating, and then if you guys enjoy it, that's great. And if people find it organically, that's brilliant as well. But I'd rather just do this naturally than trying to force an issue on other platforms, which I don't really believe in that much. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about other forms of social media. If that's, you know, your bag, you know, do you really like it? Certainly from my point of view, I think you can just waste too much time on social media in general. If you look at some of these big business people right now, you know, these influencers, you know, the big industry influencers, they've been saying this for a good 2 or 3 years now. They've been saying people waste too much time on social media, and I couldn't agree more. I was saying this, you know, 6 or 7 years ago. People too much time on social media and not enough time actually being creative, being productive, doing whatever really pleases them. Anyway, that's it. Leave your comments, let me know what you think. But YouTube is a place that I'm going to be and making these videos forevermore, possibly. Who knows? Right, catch you on the next video whenever it is. Cheers now. Oh, by the way, yeah, just thought I'd show you the microphone setup that I've got on the camera. Check that out. This actually got free, would you believe, with a skeleton casing for the GoPro. First of all, I wasn't sure whether it was only recording in mono, but it's actually recording in stereo, so it's really good. And I was thinking about investing in a shotgun mic and everything. You'd have to get the big adapter, whatever, but this is a very small adapter which I found, and it works really well. So there you go, a solution for GoPro Hero 4 and beyond. Just a micro adapter. I think what you need to do, and it's got the windsock on it, so it'll be absolutely fine for the wind noise if I take it outside, but also it's possibly a little bit of a loose connection, so you just need a bit of insulation tape around there to tie it to the camera casing. Should be fine. Right, there we go. That's that's the latest update of my camera equipment. Anyway, this has been about making videos, sticking to YouTube, and just staying off all the other social media platforms, and just being more productive and more creative. Right, catch you on the next one, whenever it is. Cheers.